A lot of music coming. And this is a brand new song that I really want to do for you. I've been in a super romantic mood over the last 6-8 months. I think I did it for one of the 2 shows we were here in January. It's a song I wrote the lyrics to on a particularly wild flight one night going from Austin to Dallas the night that Wichita Falls bit to bury. That tornado went through and just ruined the town. It's north of Dallas, and so I was going up and down. And I saw my life flash in front of my eyes, and I ended up writing this story called Story of My Life. I hope you like it. If you don't, screw you. This is also a song, I guess, that's best for people who've had a couple years go through their belts. I can see myself, it's a golden sunrise. Young boy, open up your eyes. It's supposed to be your day. Now off you go, horizon bound. You won't stop until you found your own kind of way. And the wind will whip your tousled hair, the sun, the rain, the sweet despair, brave tales of love and strife. And somewhere on your path to glory, you will write your story of a life. And all the towns that you walk through and all the people that you talk to sing you their songs. And there are times you change your stride, there are times you can't decide, still you go on. And then the young girls dance their gypsy tunes and share the secrets of the moon. So soon you find a wife. And though she sees your dreams go poorly, still she joins your story of a life. So you settle down and the children come and you find a place that you come from. Your wandering is done. And all your dreams of open spaces you find in your children's faces, one by one. And all the trips you know you missed, and all the lips you never kissed, cut through you like a knife. And now you see stretched out before thee just another story of a life. So what do you do now when she looks at you now? You know those same old jokes all the jesters tell, you tell them to her now. And all the same old songs all the minstrels sang, you sing them to her now. It don't matter anyhow, 'cause she knows by now. And every chance you take don't mean a thing. What variations can you bring to this shop-worn melody? And every year goes by like a tolling bell. It's battered merchandise you sell, not a well she can see. And though she's heard it all 1,000 times, couched in your attempted rhymes, she'll march to your drum and fife. But the question echoes up before me, where's my magic story of a life? I found sometimes words can serve me well, sometimes words can go to hell for all that they do. And for every dream that took me high, there's been a dream that's passed me by. I know it's so true. And I can see it clear out to the end, and I'll whisper to her now again, because she shared my life. Far more than all the ghosts of glory, she makes up the story. She's the only story of my life. All right, Hamilton. Thank you. Woo! Got a lot of stories to tell you tonight. He was crazy, of course. From the first, you must have known it. But still, she went on with him, and she never once had shown it. And she took him off the street, and she dried his tears of grieving. She listened to his visions. She believed in his believing. Ah, he was a sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star. She was softer and more slowly. He could not make things possible, but she could make them holy, holy. He was dancing to some music no one else had ever heard. He'd speak in unknown languages. She would translate every word. And then when the world was laughing at his castles in the sky, she'd hold him in her body till he once again could fly. Ah, he was a sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star. She was softer and more slowly. He could not make things possible, but she could make them holy, holy. She gave him a daughter, and she gave him a son. She was a mother and a wife and a lover. When the day was done, he was too far gone for giving love. What he offered in its stead was the knowledge she was the only thing that was not in his head. Took off east one morning towards the rising sun's red glow. She knew he was going nowhere, so of course she let him go. And as she stood and watched him dwindle, much too empty to be sad, he reappeared beside her, saying, "You are all I've ever had." Ah, he was a sun, burning bright and brittle, and she was the moon, shining back his light a little. He was a shooting star. She was softer and more slowly. He could not make things possible, but she could make them holy. It was raining hard in Frisco. I needed one more fare to make my night. A lady up ahead waved the flag me down. She got in at the lights. Oh, where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain. She just looked out the window. She said 16 Parkside Lane. Something about her was familiar. I could swear I've seen her face before. But she said, I'm sure you're mistaken. And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. Then she glanced at the license for my name. A smile seemed to come to her slowly. It was a sad smile, just the same. And she said, how are you, Harry? I said, how are you, Sue? Through the too many miles and the too little smiles, I still remember you. It was somewhere in a fairy tale. I used to take her home in my car. We learned about love in the back of a Dodge. The lesson hadn't gone too far. You see, she was gonna be an actress. I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights. I took off to find the sky. Till my time runs out. Baby, so high, she's flying. There was not much more for us to talk about. Whatever we had once was gone. So I turned my cab into the driveway, past the gates and the fine trim lawns. And she said, we must get together, but I knew it'd never be arranged. Then she handed me $20 for a $2.50 fare. She said, Harry, keep the change. Well, another man might have been angry, and another man might have been hurt, but another man never would have let her go. So I stashed the bill in my shirt. And she walked away in silence. It's strange child, you never know. But we'd both gotten what we'd asked for such a long, long time ago. You see, she was gonna be an actress, and I was gonna learn to fly. She took off to find the footlights, I took off for the sky. And here she's acting happy inside her handsome home. And me, I'm flying in my taxi, taking tips and getting stoned. I go flying so high when I'm stoned. And all right, Big John Wallace. Thank you. Woo! You guys are outrageous. Ready? Here we go. Mr. Tanner was a cleaner from a town in the Midwest, and of all the cleaning shops around, he'd made his the best. But he also was a baritone who sang while hanging clothes. He practiced scales while pressing tails and sang at local shows. His friends and neighbors praised the voice that poured out from his throat. They said that he should use his gift instead of cleaning coats. His life, it was not his livelihood, and it made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good. And he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul. He did not know how when he sang, it just made him whole. His friends kept working on him to try music out full time. A big debut and rave reviews, great career to climb. Finally they got to him, he would take the fling. A concert agent in New York agreed to have him sing. And there were plane tickets and phone calls, money spent to rent the hall. It took most of his savings, he would have gladly used them all. Was his life, it was not his livelihood, and it made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good. And he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul. He did not know how when he sang, it just made him whole. The evening came, he took the stage, his voice set in a smile. In the half-filled hall, the critics sat watching on the aisle. But his concert was a blur to him, spatters of applause. He did not know how well he sang, he only heard the flaws. But the critics were concise, it only took 4 lines, and no one could accuse them of being overkind. Mr. Martin Tanner, baritone of Dayton, Ohio, made his town hall debut last night. He came well prepared, but unfortunately his presentation was not up to contemporary professional standards. His voice lacks the range of tonal color necessary to make it consistently interesting. Full-time consideration of another endeavor might be in order. came home to Dayton and was questioned by his friends, but he smiled and just said nothing, and he never sang again. Excepting very late at night when the shop was dark and closed, he sang softly to himself as he sorted through the clothes.
On your knees.
Music was his life, not his livelihood. It made him feel so happy, and it made him feel so good, and he sang from his heart, and he sang from his soul, and he did not know how well he sang. It just made him Big John Wallace. Hello, mate. We'll give you your $5 later for that. I appreciate it. Hello, honey, it's me. What did you think when you heard me back on the radio? What did the kids say when they knew it was their long-lost daddy-o? Remember how we listened to the radio, and I said, that's the place to be. And how I got the job as an FM jock the day you married me. It was the kids and I was in the rock, but I just had to run around. It's been 8 years since I left you, babe. Let me tell you about what's gone down. I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The great good morning voice, who's heard but never said. Oh, feeling all the 45, going on 50. The drinking I did on my last big gig made my voice go low. They said that they liked the young sound when they let me go. So I drifted on down to Tulsa, Oklahoma to do me a late night talk show. Now I work my way down home again in Boise, Idaho. That's how this business goes. I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Playing all the hits for you, wherever you may be. The great good morning voice, who's heard but never seen. John, if you keep on singing low like that, you're gonna turn the little girls on. I'm ready, ready, ready. Hey, Steve, help me out on the bridge, bro. I need help right now. I've been making extra money doing high school rock-hops. I'm a big-time guest MC. You should hear me talking to the little children and listen what they say to me. Got a spot on the top of my head, just begging for a flute to play. And it's all around the Sometimes I get this crazy dream that I just take off in my car. But you can travel on 10,000 miles and still stay where you are. I've been thinking that I should stop this jockeying and stop that record store. Maybe I could settle down if you take me back once more. Okay, honey, I see. Guess he's better than me. Sure, old girl, I understand. You don't have to worry, I'm such a happy man. W-O-L-D, W-O-L-D, W-O-L, W-O-L-D. I am the morning DJ at WKRP. KRP. Playing disco bullshit, and you can't pass by me. The break, good morning, boys. Who's heard but never said? Oh, feeling all 45, going on 15. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. I am the morning DJ at WOLD. Hello there. Oh, we're going to get the bananas. Don't worry about it. Relax. You got to get home to a babysitter or something? I was planning on doing a lot more music in a while. Look, a good concert is like a good date. You build towards the climax. You don't start out in bed. So we're saving bananas, you know, for the...
You start out any place you can.
You've always been a pragmatist, John.
Bookends.
Now, this next song, I always get into trouble when I don't do it. It's probably the most gentle song I've ever written. It's one of my favorites. It's called A Better Place to Be. It was an early morning bar room, and the place just opened up. And a little man came in so fast, and he started at his cups. And the broader served the whiskey. She was a big old friendly girl who tried to fight her empty nights by smiling at the world. And she said, "Hey, bub, it's been a while since you've been around. Where the hell you been hiding? Why you look so down?" The little man just sat there like he'd never heard a sound. The waitress, she gave out with a cough, and acting not the least put off, she spoke once again. She said, "I don't want to bother you. Consider it's understood. I know I'm not no beauty queen, but I sure can listen good." And the little man took his drink in his hand and he raised it to his lips. He took a couple of sips and then he told that waitress this story. "I am the midnight watchman down at Miller's Tool and Die, and I watch the metal rusting, I watch the time go by. A week ago at the diner, I stopped to get a bite, and this here lovely lady, she sat 2 seats from my right. And Lord, 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 damn beautiful. She could warm a winter frost. But she looked long past lonely, well nigh on the lost. Now I'm not much of a mover or a pick-em-up easy guy, but I decided to glide on over and give her one good try. And Lord, 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 she was worth the try. But I was tongue-tied like a schoolboy. I stammered out some words. It did not seem to matter much, 'cause I don't think she heard. She just looked clear on through me to a space back in my head, and it shamed me into silence. As quietly she said, if you want me to come with you, that's all right with me, 'cause I know I'm going nowhere, and anywhere's a better place to be. Anywhere's a better place to be. Well, I drove on to my boarding house, and I took her up to my room, and I went to turn on the only light to brighten up the gloom. But she said, please leave the light off. Oh, I don't mind the dark. And as the clothes all tumble around her, I could hear my heart. The moonlight shone upon her as she lay back in my bed. It was the kind of scene I only had imagined in my head. I just could not believe it, to think that she was real. And as I tried to tell her, she said, I know just how you feel. And if you want to come here with me, that's all right with me, 'cause I've been oh so lonely. Loving someone is a better way to be. Anywhere's a better place to be. Well, the morning came so swiftly, I held her in my arms, and she slept like a baby, snug and safe from harm. Now I did not want to share her or dare to break the mood, so before she woke, I went out to buy us both some food. I came back with my paper bag to find that she was gone. She'd left a 6-word letter saying it's time that I moved on. You know that waitress, she took her bar rag and she wiped it across her eyes. And as she spoke, her voice came out as something like a sigh. said, I wish that I was beautiful, or that you were halfway blind. And I wish I weren't so goddamn fat. I wish that you were mine. And I wish that you'd come with me when I leave for home. For we both know all about emptiness and living all alone. And the little man looked at the empty glass in his hand, and he smiled a crooked grin. He said, I guess I'm out of gin, and I know we both have been so lonely. And if you want me to come with you, that's all right with me, 'cause I know I'm going nowhere, and anywhere's a better place to be. Yvonne Cable. Yep. Thank you. Sound any good up in the cheap seats or what? You can always count on the cheap seats. Hey, one, hey, two, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch, bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, my son turned 10 just the other day. Said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he walked away, but his smile never dimmed. It said, I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college just the other day, so much like a man I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, yeah. We're gonna have a good time then. Well, I've long since retired, my son's moved away. Called him up just the other day. said, I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said, I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as he hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. And we're gonna have a good time there. Yeah. Thank you. Woo! This next song is about education, and first did it about a little over 2 years ago on The Tonight Show, and I got more cards and letters than hoopty on them. Forgive the Pavlovian response of the band, but we've been on that show 20 times by now, and we got more reaction to this one song than the other 19 times put together.
But you have to admit you never asked them to write before.
It was
Just
triggered.
a little levity there, folks. You can laugh even if the lights are on you. Yeah, come on.
The song was triggered by a report card that my secretary's kid got. Wonderful 11-year-old Huck Finn type kid. And believe it or not, this is what it said. They have statements and report cards around here too, right? You know, they write a little thing, the teacher writes a comment. Catch this one. Your son
Here they write about the kid.
It's an educational term. No, this is what it is. It said, your son marches to the beat of a different drummer, comma, but don't worry, we'll have him joining the parade by the end of the term. I got pissed off. That's an educational term. And wrote the following song. And the role of the teacher in this version is played brilliantly by Big John and Uncle Steve. It's called Flowers Are Red. The little boy went first day of school. He got crayons and started to draw. He put colors all over the paper. All colors was what he saw. And the teacher said, what you doing, young man? I'm painting flowers, he said. She said, it's not the time for art, young man. And anyway, flowers are green and red. There's a time for everything, young man. The way it should be done. You got to show concern for everyone else, for you're not the only one. And she said, oh, young man, green, the leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way, the way they always have been seen. But the little boy said, there are so many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun, so many colors in the flower, and I see everyone. Well, the teacher said you're sassy, there's ways that things should be, and you'll paint flowers the way they are, so repeat after me. And she said, flowers are red, young man, green leaves are green. Don't need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen. But the little boy said again, there are so many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun, so many colors in the flower, and I see everyone. And he said, flowers are red and green leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen. Of course, time went by like it always does. They moved to another town, and the little boy went to another school. This is what he found. The teacher there was smiling. She said painting should be fun, and there are so many colors in the flower, so let's use every one. But that little boy painted flowers in neat rows of green and red. And when the teacher asked him why, this is what he said. And he said, flowers are red and green leaves are green. There's no need to see flowers any other way than the way they always have been seen. But there still must be a way to have our children say, there are so many colors in the rainbow, so many colors in the morning sun, so many colors in a flower, and I see everyone. On lead guitar, the legend keeps growing, the incredible Douglas Hot Licks Walker. Our cellist, string section extraordinaire, Yvonne Cable. On drums, our sex symbol, the legend keeps diminishing, but please scream anyhow, Howie Cole Sticks Fields. And of course, you've already met him, the dirtiest old man in the world, I think, by now. Big John Wallace on bass, vocals, and everything else. Chemical additives. And last but not least, my mother's favorite boy on keyboards, our leader, arranger, class coefficient, my brother, Steve Chapin. I would love to have you guys help us with a whistle along. Now, this is a song that you've heard before, and I've never, ever thought or seen that anybody's done this. Okay, it goes like this. Can you handle it? Okay, and the very last chorus of this song, what I want you to do is we get the, are these spotlight operators awake? You guys up there? Blink your lights if you're awake. Okay, they are awake. Thought they were union men for a minute. Anyway, what I would like is when we get to the last chorus, I'll raise my hands above my head, clap on the backbeat, right? You guys mirror me. If I'm over on this side, you're on this side. These guys up top will take their two spotlights and spin them around the crowd like it's a prison break, okay? Now, basically, we're doing this to entertain the cheap seats up there, because what it's going to look like to them up there is about 3,000 or 4,000 leg worms lying on their backs having an orgy. Okay? Are you excited up there? Okay, here we go. You got to start it out. You're a little early, guys. I'm wondering what 3,000 puckers look like. Big climax later on. Here's the story. There you stand in your dungarees, looking all grown up and so very pleased. When you write your poem, they got so much to say. When you speak your dreams, it takes my breath away. You know I want to be a ball player, a regular slugging fool. But I guess our dreams must wait a while until we finish school. Now keep I don't know when we will dream again, and we'll be happy then, till our time just drifts away. Now you can rest for the next verse, save it up for the next chorus. There you stand in your wedding dress. You're so beautiful that I must confess, I'm so proud you have chosen me. When a doctor is what you want to be. You know I want to be a painter now, girl, a real artistic snob. But I guess we'll have our children first. You find a home and I'll get a job. And so you and I, we watch our years go by. We watch our sweet dreams fly far away. But maybe someday I don't know when, but we will dream again, and we'll be happy then, till our time just drifts away. Now rest those sweaty palms, you'll have a big finish later on. There to the seasons passing, listen to the wind blow, Yvonne. Listen to the children laughing. Where do broken dreams go? Do they move on, Steve? There you stand and you tell it suit. So many years gone by, but you're still so cute. We take the car to go and meet the boss. When our grandchildren come to visit us, you say you should have been a ballerina, babe. There are songs I should have sung, but I guess our dreams have come and gone. You're supposed to dream when you are young. You got it, Hamilton, here we go. And so you and I, we watch our years go by. We watch our sweet dreams fly far away. But maybe someday, I don't know when, but we will dream again, and we'll be happy then, till our time just drifts away. Well, all right. You guys are all ready. Well, hello. This is when I do my Tom Jones imitation. Actually, it's a song that I wrote, I got about 6 or 7 years ago at the Valley Stream, Long Island Railroad Station. My wife was about an hour late picking me up. Instead of getting ticked off, I imagined another railroad station 100 years ago, 1,500 miles away, where it's flat, flat, flat. Young man standing waiting to meet a woman that he was going to spend the rest of his life with. Mail order Annie. At first I did not think it could be you, but you're the only one that got off the train. So you must be my wife, Miss Annie Halsey. Yes, yes, yes I am your husband. Hello, I'm Harry Crane. Mail order Annie, never mind your crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here. You who are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know you're not as pretty as I dreamed you'd be, but then I'm not no handsome fancy Dan, and out here looks really not important. No, no, it's what's inside a woman when she's up against the land. Mail order Annie, never mind your crying. Your tears are sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here? You who are the woman who's come to be my wife. You know it's not no easy life you're entering. The winter wind comes whistling through the cracks there in the sod. You know you'll never have too many neighbors. There's you, girl, and there's me, and there's God. I am just a dirt man from the North Dakota plains. You're one girl from the city who's been thrown out on her own. And I'm standing here not sure of what to say to you, except that mail order Annie lets you and me go home. Sweet rain in my empty life. Mail order Annie, can't you see I'm trying to tell you that I'm glad you're here? You who are the woman who's come to be my wife. It was just after dark when the truck started down the hill that leads into Scranton, Pennsylvania, carrying 30,000 pounds of banana. Yes, there were 30,000 pounds. Hit it, Big John.
Oh, banana.
It was a young car walk, just out on his second job. Can the next day face the truth? For everyone in that cold Scott City where children play without despair in backyards, slack bars, and folks manage to eat each day just about 30,000 pounds of banana. Yes, they'll walk 30,000 pounds. Leave it again, Big John.
Oh, banana.
I love it. Now you got it from here on out, Hamilton. I want a lot of excitement. I want a lot of audience precipitation. That's the sign that he should have seen. Saying shift the low, gave a $50 fine, my friend. He was thinking perhaps about the warm breath woman who was waiting at that journey's end. Started down the 2-mile drop, the curving road that climbed from the top of the hill. He was pushing on through the shortening miles to wound down through that depot. Just a few more miles to go. Then he'd go home and have her ease that long cramped day away in the smell of 30,000 pounds. Do it, everybody! Yes, they'll walk 30,000 pounds. Louder! Here we go! He was picking up speed as the city spread its twinkling lights below him. But it paid no heed, its shivering thought of nights. Their lights went through him. His foot nursed the brakes to slow him down, but the pedal board easy without a sound. He said, "Craig!" It was funny how he had named the older man who could save him now. He was trapped inside an Indian Hills line, running on his feet, hunt back to every one of those yellow greens. I'm telling you, 30,000 pounds. Do it! There were 30,000 pounds louder! Oh! Curve and then into that steepest grade. And he missed the thankful passing bus at 90 miles an hour. And he said, "God, make it a dream." As he rode his last ride down. He said, "God, make it a dream." As he rode his last ride down. And he sideswiped 19 car cars, flipped off 13 telephone poles, hit 2 hours and through their trees, to cross 7 people. Then he lost his head. An arm or two before he stopped, and he smeared for 400 yards along the hill that leads into Scranton, Pennsylvania. All those 30,000 pounds. You guessed it, upstairs in the cheap seats. You can always count on the cheap seats. Now, despite my growing sense of excitement that meant I broke a string in the middle of the first half of that song, I can't hide the fact that I did indeed have a lot of trouble ending this song. And if you were here earlier this year, you probably realized there weren't just 3 endings to 30,000 pounds of bananas, there were actually 4. And tonight, in honor of our early return to Hamilton, I plan on doing all 4 endings. I wish you'd help me out on the first ending, because maybe we can persuade the group they like it after all. It went like this. Oh yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. You got it, Hamilton. Here we go. Bananas in Scranton, PA. Bananas. The only problem is the group, upon hearing that ending, said in perfect unison, Harry! Well, somehow I can always count on everybody participating in that part. For those of you who did come tonight expecting a family show and are horrified by use of the term sucks,
Too goddamn bad, folks.
at least don't be horrified by the use of the term sucks, because in this context it has nothing, and I repeat nothing, to do with the biological act performed between consenting or non-consenting adults. It is basically a technical term used in the music business, usually in reference to the Osmonds. So don't worry about it. Well, I was devastated about the lack of enthusiasm to my first ending. That's why I hurriedly wrote a second ending, this time in the country and western mode, complete with motherhood drums, on-papa bass, barrel house piano, weeping steel guitars, wailing fiddles, wailing Jennings, and most of all, good old country harmony by the Hamilton Memorial Shit-Kicking Country Choir. Now you'll see your part come on by. Just jump on in. Keep your boots on. A woman walks into a room where her child lies sleeping. Oh, I love it. And when she sees his eyes are closed, she sits there so silently weeping. About 3,000 munchkins in here, and oh, she lives in Scranton, Pennsylvania. She never, ever eats. Do it to me, cheap seats. Not a one of 30,000 pounds. Everybody hyperventilate, hold it on out. Swell as I raise my hand, sing with a lot of harmony, and then cut off clean. Oh, banana. Well, all right. Unfortunately, that did not persuade the group, and once again they said, Harry! Well, you every year get better at that part, though, I'll tell you. Now, this is where the extra ending came in, because I knew I was in trouble. I figured, Chapin, if you can't win with choral magnificence, like the second ending, or indigenous humor, like the first ending, and you don't want to win with disco bullshit no matter what, it left only one other option, a quietly qualitative, understated Caribbean ending with Jimmy Buffett overtones, complete with hot sun, green coconut palms, blue water, white sandy beach, something like, I'm Chiquita Banana, and I'm here to say a beautiful bunch of ripe banana. Daylight come and she won't go home. Day-o, day-o. Are you gonna tell him or do I have to? Boys! Finally, you see the man who told me about it on the bus as I went up the hill out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. Shrugged his shoulders, shook his head, and he said, and this is exactly what he said. He said, but it sure meant to be something. Just imagine, 30,000 pounds up and in there. It there was 30,000 pounds of mashed banana. Oh, banana, sing it with me. Oh, banana, louder. Oh, banana, move it up. Oh, banana, up. Oh, banana, faster. Oh, banana, up. Oh, banana. So here she's acting happy inside her handsome home. And me, I'm flying in my taxi, taking tips, getting stoned. Well, the years go by and my voice gets lower, and all things can change so fast. Still, nothing can set off your heartbeat as when you return yourself to your past. I got into town a little early, had 8 hours to kill before the show. First I thought about heading up north of the bay, then I knew where I had to go. I thought about taking a limousine, or at least a fancy car, but I ended up taking a taxi, 'cause that's how I got this far. You see, 10 years ago it was the front seat, driving stoned and feeling no pain. Now here I am straight and sitting in the back, hitting 16 Parkside Lane. The driveway was the same as I remembered, and a butler came and answered the door. He just shook his head when I asked for her and said she doesn't live here anymore. But he offered to give me the address they were forwarding our letters to. I just took it and returned to the cabbie and said, I got one more fare for you. And so we rolled on into the city, up to a 5-story old brownstone. I rang the bell, it had her name on the mailbox. The buzzer said somebody's home. The look on her face as she opened the door was like an old joke told by a friend. It had taken her 10 more years, but she'd found his smile, and I watched the corners start to bend. And she said, how are you, Harry? Have we played the scene before? I said, it's so good to see you, Sue. Had to play it out just once more. Play it out just once more. She said, I've heard you flying high on my radio. I answered, it's not all it seems. That's when she laughed and she said, it's better sometimes when we don't get to touch our dreams. That's when I asked her where was that actress. She said that was somebody else. When I asked her why she looked so happy now, she said, I finally like myself. At last I like myself. Talked all through that afternoon, talking about where we'd been. We talked of the tiny difference between ending and starting to begin. We talked 'cause talking tells you things like what you really are thinking about. But sometimes you can't find what you're feeling till all the words run out. each one of us started to cry. Don't ask me why she wouldn't take the money that I left. If I answered it all, I'd lie. So I thought about her as I sang that night, and of how the circle keeps rolling around, and of how I act as I'm facing the footlights, and how she's flying with both feet on the ground. Yes, I guess it's a sequel to our story, from our journey between heaven and hell, with half the time thinking of what might have been, and half thinking just as well. I guess only time will tell. Thank you, Hamilton. Steve Chapin, Big John Wallace, Howie Fields, Doug Walker, Yvonne Cable, and the Hamilton Memorial Choir, and Tom Chapin. Oh, I've sung it all tonight. Almost every story that I know. And now when they turn out those spotlights, you know I'm never sure where I'm supposed to go. And I get so hoarse that I can't hit the high notes. It's just a whisper when I'm low. But when you sing from the inside, you know you hope that something shows. And that is why, yes, you are the only song I need. And you're my laughter, and you're my lonely song. You're the harvest, yes, you're the seed. And you're my first and my final song. For you own me indeed. Oh yes, oh yes, yes, after all is said and done, you're the one song that I need. I have sung my songs to silence, to empty clubs and crowded bars. I've even sung my songs to standing room, and I'll sing 'em to the stars. And all the faces, they will fade together, and the applause, it's all gone so fast. And the story of every darkened stage is that this glory will not last. that I need. Hey, Tom Chapin, come on out here and help us do Circle. Come on. I wrote this thing for you. Here we go.
All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown. Moon rolls through the nighttime till the daybreak comes around. All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, the years keep rolling by.
Well, it seems like I've been here before, and I sure remember when. And I got this funny feeling that we'll all get together again and again and again and again. There are no straight lines make up my life, and all my roads have bends. There's no clear-cut beginnings, and so far no dead end. You think Steve should sing one time?
I don't know.
Let me see if I can remember the words. Well, I've found you 1,000 times. Guess you've done the same. Then we lose each other. It's just like a children's game. But as I find you here again, the thought runs through my mind. Our love is like a circle. Let's go round one more time.
Before we get you guys to bust the gut and help us out and sing this thing, there's been a lady hiding up here all night behind her cello. Do you want to hear Yvonne sing this song? Okay. Now you got to give her a countdown. It goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get her excited. Are you ready? Here we go. Here, 1.
Sunrise and sundown, the moon rolls through the nighttime till the day comes around.
Love it.
All my life's a circle, but I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again, years keep rolling by.
Here we go. Are you ready to feel this song, Hamilton? Okay, put your hands together. Get on your feet. Let's do this thing. And 1, and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All my life's a sunrise and sundown. Sunrise and sundown. Moon goes to the nighttime. Moon goes till the daybreak comes around. Till the daybreak comes around. It's a circle. All my life's a circle. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Spinning round again. Seasons spinning round. Years keep rolling by. Years keep rolling. One more time. Here we go. One more time. All my life's a circle. Sunrise and sundown. Moon rolls through the nighttime. Till the daybreak comes around. All my life. Son, I can't tell you why. Seasons spinning round again. Years keep rolling by. Together, not a hundred. Years keep rolling by. And the You guys are outrageous. Steve Chapin, Big John Wallace, Harry Chapin, Doug Walker, Yvonne Cable, Tom Chapin, and the Hamilton Memorial Choir.